Hey, hello, welcome back everyone. Jim here with another update for the Beating Obesity channel. And this update is going to be clearly focused on food, my carnivore lifestyle, MeatOMADic lifestyle food. Um, I guess, some people were mentioning that I don't, mention that much about my food. I've shown some pictures in the past and kind of glossed over it, but I love my food and I love meat, and so this episode is going to be devoted to food. And so I'm going to share with you. This is Saturday. I'm going to share with you my weekend food plan and show you a little bit how I prepare it and what I'm eating this weekend. I'm in a good mood this weekend. I'm going on vacation next week. It's a short week, and I'm just feeling really good, and so I'm kind of in a mood to have good food. And for me, you'll see what that means. I'll show you here shortly. So, without further ado, I'll just leave it at that, and I'll show you now what the food that I picked up today, and how I'm going to prepare it. Okay, stay tuned. Okay, so this is the food I have planned for the weekend, 2 nights. This is my kind of a good food weekend. I don't normally eat like this, but I'm feeling in a good mood, so this is what the kind of food I like to have when I'm in a good mood. I've got these two ribeyes, pretty good size ribeyes. I think it comes to 2.3 pounds, so like 1.15 pounds each, with some nice looking fat on them. Those came from Walmart, which I don't know. I have no problem with the Walmart meat that I get. So then I have 4 just regular store brand 80/20 ground beef patties, ground chuck. I've got 4 of those. I guess they're somewhere like they're like half-pound patties, so a good size. And then I got 2 packages of bacon, and these are the smaller packages. These are like 12-ounce packages, so it's not a whole lot in them. I get uncured bacon. I actually like the uncured bacon. You don't have the nitrates in it. I think there's a trace amount of sugar in the curing agent, but anyway, it's bacon, so I don't eat it all the time, but I kind of love it. So the plan is that this would be food for 2 nights. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have identical meals. I'm going to have 1 ribeye tonight, 2 hamburger patties, and 1 package of bacon, and that's probably easily enough to reach satiety. And I'll probably focus on the ribeye in bacon and make sure that's finished, and then possibly, if I can't finish or don't feel like finishing the patties, they can be fine in the refrigerator and warmed up at another time, or even eaten cold. No meat is ever wasted, so if there's extra, it goes in the fridge. And I find that meat is fine cold. Not ribeyes I don't like cold so much, but bacon cold or ground beef, that's fine. So no meat will go to waste. So that's the lineup. Now we'll go into preparation and talk about that a bit. Okay, so first up, I got the ribeyes ready to go, and I'm gonna season them and seal them in these food saver bags, both right now. Then I'm going to store one in the refrigerator to cook tomorrow, and then I'm going to cook the other one in this sous vide bath, which you see here I've got it warming up, and I've set it for 132 degrees, which would be a nice medium rare, and so that'll be ready to go here soon. So yeah, a sous vide. This is a sous vide. All it is this stick, which is a water circulator. You can see the water kind of bubbling around. it warms the water and holds it at the temperature that you set, and it circulates it, and that's all it is. And you seal, you put your meat, you seal it in a freezer bag, put it in there, and then it just held at this temperature. I cook it for a minimum 3 hours, but it doesn't seem to matter how long you leave it in there. It doesn't, you can't overcook it. You can leave it 3 hours, you can leave it 8 hours. I can't tell any difference because it just doesn't overcook because you're cooking it at such a low temp. But anyway, these will cook. These will be ready to eat in about 3 hours. My ribeye. So they're ready to go here. I got them out of the pack and dabbed them off and dried them a little bit. I use 3 spices. I use coarse sea salt, some garlic powder, and some ground pepper. And I season them with that and then seal them up. I guess I'll try to season them right now. I'm holding the camera if I can do it. I liberally put salt on. I'm basically a lazy cook. I don't use a lot of different ingredients or special recipes or whatever. I'm more like just basic, just a little meat, a little spices, and keep it simple. Now what am I out of garlic powder? Shouldn't be. It's not coming. Oh, there it comes. It's getting a little clumpy. Okay. Make sure not to overdo it. A little goes a long way. And then the pepper. Well, that's ground pepper. I'm going to add the pepper from this little guy. It'll be easier to disperse. All right. Okay. There you go. So now I'm going to flip them and season the other side. Put them in these storage bags and seal them, and then we'll be ready to go. Okay guys, so now we're ready to go. I got the ribeyes now. They've been seasoned and sealed. I put one in the refrigerator for tomorrow, and this bad boy is ready to go into the bath, and we'll leave it for about 3 hours. So again, here's the bath. It's at 132 and holding steady, and so in it goes. Oop, it's hot. Yeah, and so that is sitting down there near the bottom, just like that. The rack keeps it off the bottom so you get nice even circulation all around it, and it's sealed up so all the surfaces are exposed to identical heat. So that's one of the keys of this process. Just heat it thoroughly and evenly all throughout the meat. So it's not necessary, but put this lid on the top just to seal it up. And that's it. This is going to be in there for 3 hours, and I'll pull it out and then show you the final stages of the process, what I do with it after it comes out of this bath. Okay, it's time to get my ribeye out of the sous vide bath, and I'm going to try to film this while I'm doing it, so we'll see if this works. I'll just unplug this. Get the sous vide out of the way. Okay. Just cut open the bag. All right. Extract the steak. Put it on my little searing pan. Get rid of this. All right, and the first, the next step is to kind of dab it with a cloth. You want to kind of dry for the searing, so you want to get any loose fat off it. So I do like this. But this is what it looks like after the sous vide. It's cooked entirely through, very evenly all the way through, but it doesn't look that appealing, and it's got no crust on it. And you see the fat, the fat around the outside is it's just cooked at a low temperature, so it doesn't look that appealing. But that's where the next step takes over, and I'm gonna get ready to show you next I will show you how I sear the steak, and I'm gonna have to move over. Okay, I'll try to film this. We'll see what happens. Here is my, if you can see this is my torch, and it has an adapter head on it that glows very hot, as you'll see in a moment. So I'm going to light this and get ready to sear my ribeye. Now it could be a little noisy here, but it's a pretty good light show, so stay tuned. Let it warm up. pretty good for that side. Okay, so here's my bacon method, how I prepare bacon. I do it in the oven. I usually go at like 420 degrees and spread out the bacon on a sheet like this, and then set the timer for about 30 minutes, and then keep an eye on it because sometimes it tends to finish up a little early, so just watch it, and when it looks, I like it crispy. When it's nice and crispy, then I pull it out. So let's shove this in. Be careful. All right, ready to roll. That's it. So this is my Philips indoor infrared smokeless grill. It works great, although it's not quite smokeless, so I keep it out in the garage. Else, if I don't, indoors it kind of puts a coating of smoky, greasy substance all over my cupboards, so I do it out in the garage. Anyway, it's kind of cool. So nothing special. This is where I will do my burgers. So if I can juggle the plate, it's ready to go. It's warm. Gonna have 2 burgers tonight. And that's how we roll. Okay, so here's everything that I'm gonna be eating today. Remember now, this is my 1 meal a day. All I've had today are, I've had 3 coffees. 2 of them with heavy cream, and then this is going to be it for today. I've got the ribeye steak, which you see how it looks now after the searing. The searing process looks nice and delicious. And next I'm going to cut that open just to show you what it looks like on the inside. Here I got my 2 burgers and my bacon. I've got an avocado, a fairly small avocado, salt and pepper on it. And my dessert, I got 2 squares of is 86% cacao dark chocolate. This is my dessert. I've been doing this recently, and it's kind of nice. So that's it. And believe me, I'm hungry and ready to get on to the next phase. So I think this should be a nice meal, a good size. I'll reach satiety with no problem. It could even be that there might be a little bit left over. I'll finish the ribeye and the bacon first, and the avocado, and then if there's any of the burgers left, I'll just hold them over for tomorrow. But we'll see. I think I'll be able to get this down, no problem. So I've just cut into this ribeye, and I'm hoping you can see that clearly how good it is. You see how it's really even throughout the center with all the same consistency, and then you just got a little bit of darkness around the crust where I seared it. But this is probably the most satisfying piece of meat on the carnivore diet I found, the ribeye cut. Because the fat is just wonderful. It's really a nice fat, and most of it is really good when, lost my camera stand. What I was going to say is the fat, there'll come a point when I've had enough fat, and then I just stop eating it and finish the meat. Like, fat seems to send a signal when it's when you've had enough, at least for me. So I'll eat all the fat that I can, and then once I feel like I don't want any more fat, I'll just finish the meat. So that's it. Time to dig in, and I'll be back later. Well, I'm back again. Finished with dinner, and it always gives me such a satisfied feeling afterwards. Such a relief. I was right. That meal was a little too much. I thought it might be, and so I ate I mentioned before, I have to be very mindful of not eating too fast and overriding the natural satiety signal. So I took my time. I polished off that ribeye while eating some bacon, and the avocado. Took my time, washed it down with mineral water as usual, a couple bottles. And then I got to the burgers and started to slow down a lot, and I made it through one burger, and that was plenty. So I did end up with one extra burger. And this, I mention this because it's important to me. My style, my whole approach is to go by instinct. I don't want to be a weigher, a counter, and I know there's people that do that, and my hat's off to them. It's just not my style. I want to be more or less like an animal that just can instinctively know how much to eat and what to eat. And it takes some time to develop that instinct. Certainly for years I never even paid attention to it. I just shoveled in food so fast, and then who knows how much extra food I would eat on a daily basis. So I don't do that anymore. There's still the tendency there. Eating once a day, I got some good food I'm really looking forward to, and then if I'm distracted, watching something on TV or watching videos or listening to something on YouTube while I'm eating, I can easily not pay attention to the signals. And so that's what I do now. I pay attention to the signaling. So that worked today. I've got an extra burger for tomorrow. So tomorrow, maybe I'll forego the bacon because I got an extra burger. I'll probably just have one ribeye tomorrow, plus the three burgers and an avocado. That'll be my dinner for tomorrow. Save the bacon for another day. So that's kind of that's how I roll. And to be honest, you see how I eat. You see what I eat. It's what I call mainly meat. It's mostly meat, and I'll have excuse me, two sides. It'll be like pork rinds, and you saw that chocolate, or it could be today it was the avocado and chocolate. I used to do eggs or cheese, not both. But I've been off of them for about a month now. I've just taken a break from the eggs and cheese, and I'm fine. So it's a mainly meat meal, mainly carnivore, but not 100% strict. It's low carb for the most part. And yeah, I feel great. I've got tomorrow's Sunday, and I got an early morning. I'm going to do a 3-hour run in the morning, so I needed a good fuel up tonight because in 12 hours I'm going to be heading out for a 3-hour run. It's going to be kind of warm and sticky, so I'll definitely feel that, but I'll feel good afterwards too. There's nothing better than the feeling after that long hot run. It sort of drags and is a slog to get through, but afterwards it's just, you just feel like you just feel fantastic, like you're conquered the world. So that's what's on deck for tomorrow. I mainly wanted to share this video about food, make it all about food. I think I'll drop another video tomorrow with some general updates and announcements, and tie this one off here and just keep it about food today. Hope you enjoyed this, showing you frankly how I make the sous vide steak and about what proportions I eat and how I eat it. If you got any questions, let me know. Be happy to answer them. But I think I'll let it go at that. I got a big cleanup to do right now, and then kind of start winding down and get to bed early for tomorrow's run. So thanks, folks, for support and the new subscribers looking in. I appreciate all that. It's just been fantastic, rewarding for me, and I hope for you too. So until tomorrow, until next time, take care and have a good evening. Bye now.